Welcome back. Minister of Finance Dr. Nigel Clark on Wednesday questioned the findings of a special audit on the off balance sheet portfolio of Stocks and Securities Limited conducted in January 2020 after external auditors gave the investment firm book a clean bill of health. The accounts of more than 40 persons, including retired track legend Usain Bolt, were allegedly defrauded of approximately $3 billion at the private company. Bolt's account is believed to have been defrauded between 2012 and 2017. Dr. Clark, during the Financial Investigations Division's biennial conference at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston, said that there are questions to be answered as to why this wasn't detected by external auditors, by special auditors, by internal auditors over a long period of time. He added that the reason is not to cast weakness on the private sector that exists, that action needs to be taken on regulation or other means at their disposal. On Tuesday, the audit report indicated that SSL's assets and client liabilities within the off balance sheet portfolio reflected $34.8 billion. The equity adjusted portfolio balances reflected 31 billion in assets. Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of the Area 1, Clifford Chambers, has revealed that the suspect held in relation to the rape and murder of 9-year-old Nikita Noel in Hanover is known to the family. A 42-year-old man has been taken into custody last night by the police in relation to the rape and murder of Nikita, who was found dead in Q District, Lucy, Hanover. ACP Chambers said that there are signs that there might have been some domestic related issue, which are also being looked at as the investigations unfold. He added that there is a possibility that the suspect is a relative to Noel. It's reported that the mother had a relationship with the male and that relationship went sour. He said there is a strong probability that the two are related. It is reported that Noel was a student of the Esher Primary, did not return home from school on Wednesday afternoon. Her body was later found meters away from her home. Noel is believed to have been raped and strangled to death. The father of the child of a 23-year-old security guard who was found dead at her home in Hanover on Wednesday was questioned by the police on the same day. The body of Chandra Rule was found with chop wounds on the outside of her house, which is located on Fort Charlton Drive in Lucy. The police are theorizing that Rule was attacked on the inside of the house before running outside. She reportedly received multiple chop wounds all over her body. As part of the police investigation, the father of the woman's child was contacted by the police. He turned himself in on Wednesday and was interviewed by the police. Superintendent Sharon Beepot, head of the Hanover Police Division, said that the father of the child was interviewed by the police. At least 6 male students from Port Antonio High School in Portland were on Wednesday afternoon taken to the Port Antonio Police Station for their alleged involvement in a fight where machetes and knives were drawn. A senior teacher at the school who spoke on the condition of anonymity said that at least 6 fights broke out in what is believed to be related incidents. According to the senior teacher, the police had to be called in to quell the situation, which threatened to escalate at what appeared to be gangs within the schools engaged in physical clashes on Wednesday. In the meantime, the police have confirmed that they were forced to remove some male students from the institution who were involved in fights and that weapons were also recovered from them. However, the police did not disclose how many students were taken out of the school environment or whether any of the students were seriously injured. The zones of special operations ZOSA in 7 communities across Jamaica have been extended for another 60 days. The resolution was passed on Tuesday in the House of Representatives. Speaking on the matter, Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang remarked that the ZOSOs remain relevant and robust, bringing about a meaningful and sustainable transformation of communities and restoring a sense of hope for the people who reside within and around the zones. According to him, the value proposition of the zones of operation resides in the fact that equal emphasis on the restoring and maintaining order and safety, as well as improving the human capital factor and lives outcomes of the residents is paramount. Additionally, Dr. Chang stated that equipping residents with life skills training and a sense of identity that will lead them to more productive lives after the zones are concluded is critical to the success of the ZOSAs. Northeast Parks and Markets NEPM Waste Management Limited, the regional arm of the National Solid Waste Management Authority, is reporting zero backlog in garbage collection in St. Anne, St. Mary, and Portland. This follows the handover of 10 compactor trucks to the region in November 2022. NEPM's Regional Operations Manager, Tracy Fakuri, said that the region has been in an extreme good condition since the new units were put in position. She said that the NEPM kicked things off in December with a massive cleanup blitz across the three parishes that helped to clean the backlog. More units, including tipper and crane trucks, are expected in the financial year 2023-2024, according to the senior operations manager. And for news further afield, 5.0 magnitude earthquake struck south of the Dominican Republic early Wednesday morning, jolting persons from their beds. The quake occurred in waters southwest of the capital, Santo Domingo, at a depth of 28 miles, according to the U.S. Geological Service. No immediate damage was reported. And for our international stories, we join Jeffrey Tavares.
Billions in taxpayers' money was stolen in the United States.
This morning, Congress is investigating how up to $100 billion of COVID relief funds, including money from the Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP, got into the wrong hands.
We owe it to the American people to get to the bottom of the greatest theft of American taxpayer dollars in history.
Dangerous winter storm hit the South, leave 8 dead.
The dangerous winter storm moving across the South this morning. It is now blamed for at least 8 deaths. This is a system that continues to pummel millions in Texas and Arkansas.
The Philippines give America more military base.
The Biden administration's reached an agreement with the Philippines to give the United States access to 4 more military bases in the former U.S. colony. This will allow the U.S. greater access to the South China Sea and Taiwan as tensions rise between Washington and Beijing. The deal was announced after U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin met Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos.
I am Jeffrey Tavares for Roots FM News.
And those were the stories making City News standby for the weather report with Marcy Williams.
This is the weather report, and I'm Marcy Williams. There's a high pressure ridge and a low level jet stream across Jamaica. Both the ridge and the low level jet stream are expected to remain across the island throughout today. A trough is then expected to move into the vicinity of Jamaica on Friday. A low level jet stream is a narrow band of fast flowing wind in the lower levels of the atmosphere. This afternoon will be partly cloudy and windy. Tonight will be partly cloudy. The maximum temperature in Kingston today is 31 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy in the morning and also be having isolated afternoon showers across western and north central parishes. And regionally, there's a frontal system across the Gulf of Mexico. And that was the weather report. Please stand by for a sports link with Dudley Thompson.
It is now time for Sports Link on Roots 96.1 FM.
Hello, dear sports fans. I'm Dudley Thompson, and welcome to Sports Link. I'll start with news on football. Head coach Marian Gordon, as in staff, has selected a 20-man squad which represent Jamaica in the CONCACAF Under 17 Men's Championships in Guatemala from February 11 until 26. He also named 4 reserves who will continue to train with the team as changes can be made in case of injury, as late as match day -1. Delegation departs on February 9. Jamaica's under 17 football team will play in Group G alongside Costa Rica, Cuba, and Guadeloupe. The commission will run from February 11 until 26. Head coach of the Jamaican team, Marian Gordon, says again that sourcing important information is very challenging. The semi-finalists will qualify for the FIFA Under 17 World Cup in Peru. Medforest FC has been assigned an automatic spot in the JFF National Tier 2 competition as Real Mona did not respond by deadline. Medforest FC will therefore join the automatic qualifying qualifiers, the National Tier 2 tournament, which starts on March 18. On to news and cricket. Lead selector of West Indies Cricket and Bobby John is highly optimistic that the Caribbean side will do well in Women's ICT 20 World Cup in South Africa starting on February 11. Yesterday, ICWI named 15-member squad. Brown John said the team is an ideal mix of young and more experienced players. The squad features 3 West Indies under-19 rising stars, that's Zayda Jones, Trishana Holder, and Dijabat Joseph. Brown John said the trio significant progress prompted their inclusion. Former captain Stephanie Taylor was also named in the squad. Taylor has not played for the West Indies since October 22 due to injury. Brown John says Taylor will face final fitness test they they confirm her spot. On to news and racing. Mahogany and She's My Destiny will clash Saturdays in I'll Pick Up Memorial Trophy over 6.5 furlong. The Mahogany allowed She's My Destiny 28 pounds in the Gold Cup, beating her by 10 lengths. She's My Destiny is actually 14 pounds worse off, carrying 112 as the opponents on 98 pounds she had in the Gold Cup. Similar to her 7 furlong Gold Cup, she will won by 2 lengths and a half with top weight of 126 pounds. Last time out, Mahogany used his terrific speed and pace to run rivals into the ground in the Ian Levy, similar to October Gold Cup, registering his 14th win from 23 starts, underlining the dominance of sprint and middle distance races. Out of form Derby winner King Arthur and recent overnight allowance winner Curly Affair are rank outsiders in the 5-horse field, and Duke sit 116 pounds off Mahogany in the facial. A suicide pace in the December 3 mile, Mahogany being passed by runaway Alga, Atomica, and She's My Destiny had allowed Duke to come from the way back to steal second spot, the line from John Jordan's reign. Duke has done little since winning the Over Allowance Company, where he lost consecutive to races to I've Got Magic. Mahogany turned the tables on in the Mute Mile, winning excessive force in the Ian Levy Cup when last out at the racing, stalking I've Got Magic. So, on that note, we come now to the end of Sports Link for today.
On Roots and the 6.1 FM.
And for a recap of our top stories, Minister of Finance Dr. Nigel Clark on Wednesday questioned the findings of a special audit on the off-balance sheet portfolio of Stocks and Securities Limited (SSL) conducted in January 2020 after external auditors gave the investment firm's book a clean bill of health. Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Area 1, Clifford Chambers, has revealed that the suspect held in relation to the rape and murder of 9-year-old Nikita Noel in Hanover is known to the family. And the father of the child of a 23-year-old security guard who was found dead at her home in Hanover on Wednesday was questioned by the police on the same day. The news today was brought to you by our parent company, the Mustard Seed Communities, caring for the most vulnerable. Thanking our listeners on the 96.1 FM dial and also persons tuning in via our website at rootsfmjamaica.com. I'm Owen Brown.
I'm Mars Williams.
And I'm Dudley Thompson.
On behalf of the entire team, have a wonderful afternoon. Stand by for City Beat.